No one's going to make it this far, but this is the best part of this episode.
You need to put this in the beginning and then go back.
The Rewind Guys.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't supposed to happen. Come on, Plankton. We gotta clean this up before Bubbles gets back.
Welcome to an all-new episode of The Rewind Guys, the show where we talk about movies. This week, put on your leathers, because Dream work makes the TM work. Because we're talking about SpongeBob SquarePants, Sponge Out of Water. Russell, this is your pick.
I think the beginning is my favorite part. I always am like, what is he going to cook up this time?
And it's never anything impressive. Why did you pick Sponge Out of Water?
Well, you know, I picked the first one. Mm-hmm. I'm rolling with a theme here.
Wait,
you haven't figured that out yet?
This is like Bill and Ted all over again.
Yes. Yes.
It really is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, I just want to keep it going. Haven't seen it before. I thought, well, check it out.
I have one question about this movie. Feel free to answer it. Anybody. Where's the love? Where's the love?
In the Krabby Patty?
In this movie, where's the love? This movie has no heart.
Yeah.
Hey, it's raining pickles.
But the surprising thing is, this one had a budget twice the amount of the first one, somewhere between 60 to 74 million, and made 325.2 million worldwide.
Holy crap.
Yeah, this one killed it in the box office.
Well, they were thinking it was going to be as good as the first one, and then they were disappointed.
Well, probably, but I think a lot of it also had to do with they hyped the shit out of this movie. There was a lot of advertising, and like, because here's the thing, you even said it. When you think about the SpongeBob trailer, you picture them being all like the superheroes and stuff.
Yeah, there's a ton of ads for this movie. It was on all the time.
So I think marketing is what made their money.
From Paramount Animation and Nickelodeon Movies.
Who wants Krabby Patty? The secret Krabby Patty formula.
Before we get into a whole bunch of other stuff I want to bitch about, let's talk about the story of the movie. And I feel like this is going to be easy.
It's Bill and Ted.
Yes, take Bill and Ted and put all of the SpongeBob characters in it, and that's it. That's what you get. No, it's not Bill and Ted at all.
It's kind of Bill and Ted.
I think the first one
second
would be
half.
more Bill and Ted because it ended with that sweet song.
No, this was because you got like the time machine and they're going to all these different times.
I guess.
And there's the Squid Rex or whatever.
Oh.
That was in Bill and Ted too.
What were they thinking?
I kind of like that part though.
I was going to say, I like the Squid Rex.
Yeah.
It was
Really?
funny.
Yeah.
It was all right.
I just like that he hung out the whole time afterwards.
Trying to eat that Krabby Patty. So sad.
Okay, so this movie starts off the same way as the first one, with pirates. Well, one pirate, a young up-and-coming actor, Antionio Banderas?
Something like that.
Yeah,
Banderas.
Banderas.
Zamboni.
Zanderans! No, Antonio Banderas plays the pirate, and
I thought he did a good job as pirate.
yeah, I think they seen him in, was it Spy
He looked
Kids?
like a pirate.
And they're like, we need him for this movie. Spy Kids was killer, by the way.
Oh, we should do that movie. I remember liking it when I was like, I don't know, 10.
And I think
I
there's
don't think we should do that movie.
no. I've seen some scenes. I don't think that holds up. Now, Shark Boy and Lava Girl. That
That's
one
where
holds
it's
up.
at.
Oh yeah,
What the
yeah.
heck is that?
You ever seen that?
Oh, oh,
Get
that
with
one's
it.
gotta
Heard of it,
get here
never seen
somewhere.
it.
So yeah, he's on a boat with some seagulls, and what does he hate more than anything?
Having his ship called a boat.
Oh, sorry, his ship. Oh my God. Didn't know you guys were like an item.
Oh,
Yeah,
singing.
him in the ship.
Singing. Wait, banana ship?
No, him and the ship.
Oh, him and the...
Banana ship.
Banana ship.
Here's the thing. He hates singing seagulls. So they start singing...
Oh, no, he just hates singing birds.
Oh, singing birds. Right. So
the
they...
last set apparently was parrots.
Yeah. Which makes more sense.
Right,
really.
yeah. And so they start singing. He grabs one and starts beating it against a rock by the cistern. until it's dead.
God, long after it's dead.
Long after it's dead, he's just beating the crap out of this thing. Wrong movie.
What is happening?
Really derailed here.
I am so confused.
That was so. Lydia's face during the whole time was so funny.
Yeah, I think I had the director's cut. Okay, no, he hates singing birds. Great. Here's the problem, man. This.
You 12? Here's the problem, man.
Yeah.
Spent my last $12 on this poster.
Parents, am I right?
They spent 21 minutes on this intro.
Oh.
Was it 21 minutes?
I looked when he finally closed the book after the end page and throws it in the water and stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, finally. It was 21 minutes, and I get it. It is part of the story. It is what builds it all up and gets everything moving, but holy crap.
Get to the point.
I felt
Thank you,
like
yes.
the animated, like completely animated drawn stuff seemed like a SpongeBob episode that they made and wrote and all that stuff. And then they just added later all of the live action kind of stuff. You know? Like it was like
Yeah.
it didn't feel like it was meant to be a movie. It was a episode that they made into a movie.
Dark times are ahead. Dark times indeed.
Seriously? Aren't you overreacting a bit?
I'm disappointed.
I can kind of see that though, because the animation style completely changes once they're out of water too.
Yeah, but that doesn't bother me because that is something that's happened in SpongeBob episodes, like the series. They toy around with that like all the time, so I'm okay with that. But what I'm not okay with, and this is why I say it kind of has lack of heart, is because the first one seemed like the comedy came first.
Yeah.
And this one, it's like, here's the story, and then we'll shoehorn some comedic jokes and things.
They went for the easy jokes a lot on this one.
They did. And I think the problem is this, right? If I had to guess, this is completely speculation, okay? Because I don't know much about Nickelodeon and Paramount and all these, things. The first one goes, and it's a success. As far as I know, from one of the producers by the name of Julia Pister.
Wow.
Have you seen Julia Pister Pants?
No. She said a sequel was unlikely. They didn't think they were going to do it. So, okay, after the release of the first one, Steve Hillenburg, I'm speculating this also steps back, probably because of health issues, right? And he is no longer the front runner and writer for SpongeBob. So as of 2004, he kind of steps back. Okay. And all he's offering at this point is kind of some criticisms and, some suggestions. And that's as far as it goes. But that is as far as it goes with him, right? He's kind of done. So then they decide, well, the series starts to decline a little bit. And they're like, okay, let's do another movie. We're going to try and do it internationally to bring everything back up. And of course, at least it worked. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But then Steve Hillenburg does kind of step in a little bit, and he kind of helps with it. But here's the problem. The first one was Steve's story. He directed it. He was kind of at the helm. This one, he helped with the story, but it was directed, produced, and helped written by this Paul Tibbitt guy. And so I feel like we're losing all the quality control of Steve Hillenburg, who kind of pulled back all the commercial elements and put what he wanted these characters to be.
Yeah.
And this one, it's really commercial. And maybe it's just me. Shut up. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like when you're watching these characters, it seems like somebody writing it who's purposefully trying to make these characters be the characters. Does that make sense? Like, Steve Hillenburg makes the characters, and I feel like this other guy is just kind of making what he thinks these characters are.
Oh,
right.
So he's like making SpongeBob based on SpongeBob.
Yes, it's like impressionism, or I guess.
Yeah.
I definitely felt that. I felt like it was someone got really high and wrote what they thought a SpongeBob episode would be.
Yeah. Yeah, because here's the thing. I feel like each character kind of deviates a little bit from their overall character.
Teamwork.
Teamwork.
Tie 'em work.
Teamwork.
Tie 'em up.
Say team, like a sports
Team.
team. Now say work.
Work.
Put them together, what do you got?
Time bomb. Work.
Getting better.
They're very heavy on the message of like teamwork. And even though you're a jerk, you should do the right thing.
Yeah, it seemed, I know it's a kid's movie.
Yes.
But this one seemed more kid, like really young kid almost.
Yes. And I think that's why, and my next point that drives me nuts with this damn movie is, maybe it's just me, but this movie moves quick.
I thought it moved slow.
Oh my God.
I thought it was pretty long, actually.
Well, no, like, it's weird. Okay, yes, the movie is long. Okay, it is. It's an hour, I think, 33 minutes, subtracting like 8 minutes for the credits at the end. Those suckers were long. But, yes, it does seem long, but I feel like the story goes quick. Does that make sense?
No.
Really?
There's like 8 million things in the story. I think they had too much stuff going on.
Yes, but that's I guess that's what I'm kind of saying.
But also it was slow at the same time.
Yes. No, I don't know how it works. It seems like a paradox.
Yeah,
okay?
I don't know.
But I'm just saying I'm watching this and it's just like rapid fire. This guy's doing this guy's doing that. Everything's all over the place and it just doesn't slow down. And I don't know. And I'm assuming maybe they're trying to appease the
short attention span.
Thank you.
Mike, how is that for you?
I'm still on Reddit.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if if you guys are reading me correctly here. I had a hard time with this one.
So
Me
did
too.
I.
This is the kind of movie where like I'm watching it and I'm like, I'm gonna get a snack. I'm not even gonna pause it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom, but I'll just let it run. I'm gonna like basically zone out for like 10 minutes and just come back and be like, wait, what happened?
Yep.
There was one point where I was checking my phone and it's still playing in the background.
Exactly, and I had to actually rewind a few times because like I'm not paying attention. I'm like, oh, I probably should watch this in case somebody's talking about something. I got to remember.
I should watch this.
I feel like that helped my version of it because like if I was bored with that, it just was on my phone. So like I'm not remembering it nearly as badly. I feel like as you guys are.
Well, and again, to the point. When
it just felt like more SpongeBob. But like a little more bland.
The sandwich gods are angry with us!
Sandwich gods?
I just don't know how we're going to appease them!
I couldn't tell if it was minutes passing or years passing.
Uh-huh.
What happened?
I don't know. Well, I mean, I'm assuming years passed.
1 minute, Sandy's like fine.
Yeah.
And then they go to visit her, and then suddenly, like, there's just.
She's completely feral.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened in minutes after she heard it was the last Krabby Patty she had. She was like, you know?
See, the secret recipe is actually heroin.
Oh my God. Well, no, and that's another thing, too. And this is weird. This is an odd argument because SpongeBob is all over the place with physics and time, and even the characters. They stretch a little here and there, but they kind of all play to their character. Yeah. And I feel like they were all over the place. When the page came down, this sucker covered her tree dome.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that makes no sense because in real life, it's like this little tiny piece of paper. Are we to believe Sandy's like this big?
She's baby squirrel.
She is tiny. Well, and then later on, when the one thing like
I didn't even think of that one.
Yeah, I'm like I was like blown away by this, but then later on, when something was moved or ripped from the tree dome, now it's like a slightly bigger piece of paper.
Yeah.
On this, I don't know. It was all over the place, and I just seemed her freaking out over the Krabby Patty thing was not Sandy. I don't think she ever cared. Was she that big into Krabby Patties even on the show?
I don't think so.
No.
She was more interested in Krabby Patties than she is in Texas.
Yes.
And Texas is the #1 thing in her life.
Yeah, that's not Sandy.
That's not Sandy.
No.
I mean, there were moments where Squidward was like praising and like okay with SpongeBob. That doesn't happen. I think at the end, correct me if I'm wrong, I kind of was half paying attention, but didn't Mr. Krabs give away free Krabby Patties?
No.
Weren't they making? I thought they made Krabby Patties for everybody.
I don't think so.
He said at one point free Krabby Patties, and then he's like, actually, how about just a discount?
Yeah. Well, it was like a slight discount.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought he was. I don't know. All I'm saying is Plankton. at the end, and I know I'm jumping all over the place. I'm just talking about characters right now, so bear with me. But Plankton at the end, he saves them, which, okay, maybe he's not completely heartless. He doesn't want all these people or whatever to die. And so he saves them, but him just handing over the formula, no.
Well,
no.
I feel like there's
it.
episodes that kind of do that, where he's like, I'm going to give it back because this is all I have to live for.
That's what I thought too. It's
Right,
like,
no.
that's his whole life is trying to get it. If he gets it, then he's done.
No, and I do kind of get that, but I would have been, like, more accepting of an ending where, like, he gives it back, and at the end, Mr. Krabs looks, and it is another, like, ruse, and then it kind of like, ha, you'll never catch me.
That would have been a better ending. Although I did like that Gary was chasing him out in slow motion. Like,
yeah.
But I realize now that keeping something to myself is selfish.
Especially when that something is the Krabby Patty. Okay, everybody, let's get back to Bikini Bottom.
I like that SpongeBob still let Squidward keep his abs.
Yes.
But Squidward was way too appreciative for that.
Yes.
He was like, oh, SpongeBob, I don't know. I love
Yes.
you, or you're great, or something. I don't know. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing.
I'm telling you, it's way too heartfelt. It's way too commercial. Too many messages trying to be like, kids, be good.
Yeah, I mean, SpongeBob puts that in there, but it's more subtle.
It is more subtle,
You know?
yeah. Like, I would picture, Squidward being something like, you know what, Sponge? You're okay.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It'd be like kind of like a backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
And Squidward's not Squidward. No one is nobody. What movie is this?
I don't know.
But Sandy being just a regular squirrel was good. That was good.
Like the best
I love
part.
when they do hands in the middle, and then her hand comes and like, ooh.
Yeah, her being a gigantic lifelike squirrel was
she's
was
naked.
pretty
Yeah.
good.
Great job, guys. We did it. No!
Huh?
What?
Sandy? Is that you?
You can call me the rodent. Hi-ya!
How old is Sandy?
Okay, she's a squirrel.
Yeah, it's different
Who cares
squirrel
about how
years, you know?
old she is?
What?
Yeah.
Age is always a factor.
Yeah, but like in squirrel years, she's probably like 30 or 40, you know?
Squirrel
maybe.
years.
Just saying. Who hasn't ever wanted to see Sandy naked? You know? Sometimes you think about it.
Well, there are episodes where she's in bikinis. The dream, or not, it's not a dream, it's inside SpongeBob's mind.
Oh, yeah,
I
that
love
was
that.
good.
Okay, I'm sorry. Of all this, aside from Sandy being like this realistic squirrel at the end, his mind is my favorite part.
I was kind of shocked at first when he came out of SpongeBob's head and there was all that like pink, cotton candy. I thought it was his brain.
Yeah, I was like,
Like,
it
it
comes
comes
out
out
shot in the head.
All this brain matter falls out. I'm like, and then they're like, oh, it's cotton candy. Okay. Unless they're saying his brain is cotton candy.
I think they actually were. They literally did say that.
Oh.
You know, who was probably, well, I guess you said was probably the best character in the first one, who is like nothing in this one?
I don't even remember.
Patrick.
Oh, yeah.
I
nothing.
felt okay that they kind of, because it's always SpongeBob and Patrick, so they did shake it up a little bit.
Yeah,
kind
no,
of like that. Patrick kind of stayed behind, and
I do like that they included the other characters this time. Plankton and SpongeBob get back to Karen, and then they use her to make a time machine, and they travel through time.
This is when Bill and Ted starts.
Yeah.
What? That is the energy I'm getting from this movie. So when they did go back correctly, and they seen Plankton trying to steal the formula, and they kind of run into themselves there, nothing happens? Does that not play any significance to the unfolding of the story or plot?
Well, he grabs the wrong one.
Oh.
That's the whole point, I think, of that.
Okay, so it's like a false win.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So they go back, and then when they realize it's the wrong one, the only possible solution, I feel you. The only
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
They've tried everything else in the last 20 minutes.
Yes. And
Well,
so
yeah, I mean, the time machine, I guess, to show how horribly they needed him, because what was it, 4 days later, there's just nothing left.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, SpongeBob, he steps up to the plate. He's like, you know what, fine. If this is what's gonna save humanity, if I guess that's what I'll refer to it as, I'll do it. I'll take him for the team.
Fish manatee.
Fish manatee. Manatees. And so I do like this though, because guess who makes an appearance? Old Armor Abs Krabs. Because he saves SpongeBob from the gigantic stone burger thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
I don't remember that.
Wait, well, it's not. I mean, it's just because he's strong
was
from
quite
the
a few,
service. Armor Abs Krabs.
Oh, yeah, I don't really remember that part.
Patrick?
Hey, I got feet!
Well, yeah.
Why
so-
at the end was Mr. Krabs a robot?
Because that was his superpower.
yeah.
Being a robot is a superpower?
Well, that's SpongeBob
Sandy's
wrote
power
this crap.
was legitimately just squirrel power, so she could climb the chain slightly quickly, like a telephone
Well,
pole.
I feel like she would have climbed it quicker than that. Like, you know, squirrels are pretty pretty fast.
you know what? I don't think SpongeBob wrote all that information about each one. I think he kept it. He kept it more generalized, where it's like maybe everybody became their inner superhero. You know what I mean?
I thought they implied everyone wrote their own, because
No, only SpongeBob touched the paper.
well, because when he talked to Patrick, he was like, we should have wrote you a better power.
Oh, maybe he's just meaning like in general, like maybe we should have been a little bit more specific with you. Because I mean, I can see Patrick's superpower just wanted to eat ice cream.
Also, like, he didn't know what the power was going to be. It seemed like.
Yeah, that's why I think it's just everybody's inner super. I don't know. I didn't write it.
Wait, you didn't?
No. God, this sucks.
Can we talk about the end fight scene that was like the last 30 minutes that seemed like it lasted about 4 hours?
The giant chase with the ship and the streets.
Oh my
and,
God.
yeah.
I was just like, all right.
Yeah, no. And then Sponge out of water. He's only really out of water for what? 15, 20 minutes maybe?
Yeah, I was surprised by that, because it's the whole concept of the movie, and they literally did almost nothing with it.
Yeah, it should have been more of like some sort of weird surface exploration or something. And yeah, you don't really get that at all anyway. I was going to make a point. I lost it. I have like no focus on this one, guys.
He's after the book! Sandy, use your squirrel powers!
Roger that!
Oh, she's never gonna make it.
I will talk about my favorite part of the movie.
Okay.
Is when they're trying to get to Karen and they're doing the teamwork.
Yes.
So Plankton has to try and hold up SpongeBob to the window. And he crushes him. And he's like, oh yeah, you should go up there. And he just like puts his foot in it. I love that part.
That is pretty good. That is probably one of the better parts of this entire movie.
Yeah.
Man, you know, before we conclude,
No one else has any good parts.
No, we'll continue, but I just want this to be said. Like, there's a lot of times where I'll put my rating down and I never want to change it because I'm like, I'm pretty set with what it is.
I think I have to change.
And there's been a few times where I've put my rating down and I'm like, you know.
I jokingly gave this a few extra points for some things, and I kind of want to take them away now.
Well, here's the funny part. Usually, if there's any changes to be made, it's the conversation was so fun, it actually builds the movie up for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And talking
I
about
think
this,
it brought it down.
I'm just like, oh my God.
It made me realize, like, maybe I should have paid more attention, because this was like, what the hell?
I think the highlights of the movie is when I like took a break to make noodles.
What's funny is I also, about 30 minutes into the movie, I was like, I'm going to make some food.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I
It
guess
wasn't
I was bored of eating.
Yeah, it wasn't catching any sort of attention.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
What do you say? There is sand in my ears and I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh!
Okay. All right, you know what? I got one more thing. Final thoughts and ratings. Let's just do it. Let's just get this over with. I'm pulling the Band-Aid.
I gotta redo some things.
Yeah, you know what? Me too.
Sorry,
after talking about it, like looking back, I'm like, it's just more SpongeBob. It was okay, but looking back, I'm like, no,
Russell's doing it
this
too.
was really bad.
Oh my God, we're all changing. We can talk about what our original scores were too. Yeah, but here's the thing. No, I wanted more Bob. I wanted more SpongeBob. This didn't give me SpongeBob. The characters I wanted, I didn't get.
It felt like it was written by the fans.
Oh, I highly disagree.
I think it would be better.
Well, no,
I think this is
like,
written by execs.
No, like not written by the fans, but written by like the audience. Like if everyone had to have like their horrible input put in, because it's like it didn't feel like it was written by the creators. Like it was professionally written in a sense.
Oh yeah. Exactly. I think this is way more commercialized and corporate.
Like I said, I felt like someone got high. I was like, "What's SpongeBob again?"
I think this shows what happens when you take Steve Hillenburg out of the show.
Yeah.
I think he knows.
So
he created the characters. He knows these characters. And I think we just get some bigwigs trying to pretend like they know the characters.
They don't.
They should have gotten M. Night Shyamalan to write this movie.
Oh yeah.
although one thing this movie had that the other one didn't.
What?
A conclusion. They didn't just like, hey, we've hit movie length, time to do a song and end.
Yeah, no, that's true. But that's the thing though. We got the story first before anything else. The other one was like, no, let's do some comedy. Okay, let's just wrap it up. And I kind of actually appreciate that a lot more now.
Yeah.
That's just me. I don't know. All right. Russell, this is your pick. And I'm not gonna go with you first. I'm gonna go with me. I'm gonna do it.
Really?
Modest.
Yeah, why not? Let's do this. I'm ripping the Band-Aid off. Ready for this? 5.5.
Wow.
Really?
Thank you. Originally was a 6.5, and I will explain myself. I gave the original SpongeBob movie a 10 out of 10.
Yes.
Let's examine my rating real quick here. Okay, because I always give it an extra point for nostalgia, and I believe I had that with the first one. It came out in 2004. So I was like 20. I still love SpongeBob. So looking back at that movie, the nostalgia's there. So if I rate that one, let's just say, for instance, a 9. And I love that movie. And I don't quite love this one. And so you take away the nostalgia, you take away all my hatred points. And I think I will give this a little bit above middle of the road.
Good Lord.
A little bit above middle of the road. And I have to say, and it pains me to say this, I think I'm being a little generous. Mike!
I also felt like I was being generous, which brings me in at a surprising 5.5 that you can't see.
Wow, I know.
You literally can't see it at all. It says 5.5. Like there's something on there somewhere.
Mike gives it a 55.
Yeah. So I gave it the extra point for no Hasselhoff. So I was originally at a 6.5, and I don't know. I don't think it deserves it.
Whoa.
This is very interesting so far.
Then actually I think I'll save yours for last.
All right.
Russell, what are you going to give it?
I'm giving it 5.5.
Oh my God!
Which is funny because originally I had written down 6.5.
Oh my God.
This is great. Oh, God. Any other thoughts?
Hurry up. Out with it.
The thing is, it's just like this. I think it was a fine animated kids movie. Very basic. So there's the 5. That's middle of the road.
There's the 5.
It gets the 5 for just being SpongeBob.
Yeah.
And then it gets only like 0.5 more for failing at being SpongeBob.
It gets the half a point because there's some funny SpongeBob stuff here.
Yeah.
It's a movie with some SpongeBob.
Liddy.
What? I'm giving it a 5.5.
What was your original rating?
7.5.
Oh.
Holy crap!
Wow, you dropped a lot.
I honestly only had it at that because I just felt so bad because it's SpongeBob. I love SpongeBob. So I was like, it's got to be like in the 7s. It's got to happen.
Huh.
But I was lying
I was
to
honestly
myself.
expecting some 7s.
Wow. This
just for it being SpongeBob.
This is no one's gonna make it this far, but this is the best part of this episode.
Really, you need to put this in the beginning and then go back.
I'm scratching the very bottom here to dig up some things.
The dirty bottom.
The dirty bottom.
Scratching your dirty bottom.
I'm scratching the dirty bottoms to bring up something.
Oh, hold on.
Squeeze-ins a little bit.
Squeezins.
Oh, hold on. Go on.
All right, let me do my ratings.
I like the little war at the beginning.
A little romance happening.
The like war between Plankton.
What were they thinking? What were you thinking, Nickelodeon? Nickelodeon. That is the episode for this week. Thank you for sticking around to the very end.
Episode, 5.5.
Oh man, generous.
Yeah.
Super generous. But thanks for sticking around to the end. Be sure to like and subscribe for episodes just like this. I'm kidding. We'll try and do better.